All right, you're listening to episode 15 of the Bachelor podcast.
Welcome to the Bachelor podcast, a show about everything but nothing at the same time. Two guys that took jobs away from their families and living the Bachelor lifestyle.
Okay, so my compadre, my co-host, is back from Jamaica.
Yaman.
Yaman. No, don't do that.
Okay, brother.
No, this is how people get in trouble. But anyways, yeah, we're back. We're actually recording at a remote location again.
Yeah,
but,
on the go all the time. That's part of it, right?
So, but I mean, let's just get this out of the way. How was the trip?
It was awesome. It was good to get away. The wife and I had a good time. We had another couple there with us. We even stayed an extra day. We changed our flight, got an extra room, just to have one more day in the sunshine.
Jeez, it must be nice. I don't do vacations, so
you're more of a staycation, aren't you?
That is true. I had a lot of stuff going on. I played a video game for like 3 days straight. So
yeah,
you know.
Yeah, I couldn't have done that.
I was almost late to our recording because of this, you know. And I'm trying to do it in person. You know, you want to do it Skype, but you know,
I just had an unexpected appointment come up this afternoon.
I'm just saying that sometimes
and softball practice to get to.
How are they playing softball right now? I don't know.
Inside.
Oh.
Anyway, so can I continue on with the trip?
Yes. Go ahead.
Kind of just stepped right on my toes.
Yeah, I do that.
I mean, and all you talked about was video game that you played.
I know. That's what I do.
All right, so finally head towards the airport. Get to the airport. The whole time on Southwest, you can usually check in early on your phone and get your line and number because it's not assigned seating.
Yeah.
So, wife gets checked in. The other couple we're with both get checked in. It will not allow me to check in. And I'm looking at their numbers, and one of them's like B57, B58, B59. There's only 60 in the group, and there's no C's.
Yeah.
So I'm like, great. I'm going to be stuck here, and they're going to have to go. And Aaron's like, well, I'll stay with you. I'm like, no, I'm not paying for another ticket when we've already got yours, you know. So we get there, and luckily everything goes pretty smooth. I actually get a seat on both flights because we have a layover, and I'm like the very end. Everyone else is going to be ahead of me, and they're still loading the A, and all of a sudden they start calling my name. I'm like, huh, this is weird. I'm like, yeah, right here. Hey, come with us. I'm like, okay.
Are you going to airport jail?
I thought I was going to Jamaica jail.
Jamaica jail.
And I'm walking. I'm like, is everything all right? She's like, yeah, man, just follow me. I mean, that's what she says. Okay. I'm like, yes, ma'am. So I go, and there's this other guy in front of me, and she's like, stand here. And it's behind this glass, separated from everybody else. And I notice this dude is just getting the who, to, and the what for. Just all of this stuff is getting spelled out or spread out all over the table. Shoes are coming off, belts coming off, rubber gloves are coming out. I mean,
the whole
you
gotta watch out for
works.
the rubber.
I'm like, oh gosh, I've just got small fingers.
You take that Super Bowl ring off, we'll talk.
So then it's my turn. Same thing. Takes out all my stuff. She's like, you just got chose for a random check.
Oh.
And then they bring out swabs, like this cloth, and they got this machine. So they take this piece of cloth, they wipe it all over my hands, they wipe it all over all my bag, everything in my bag, and then put it in this machine. And I watched them do the same thing to the guy, right? No noise, no nothing. Good. He walks off. No, mine. Beep, 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 beep. I'm like, oh, crap. What is happening?
Somebody's going to jail.
And then she's like, everything's fine. Sit down. Take your shoes off. She takes the soles out of my shoes, checks the bottom of my feet. Okay, you're good. Get on the plane. Get to our layover, which is in Baltimore. We have to recheck bags. So we grab our bags, go recheck, go through security again. Well, Aaron, other couples gone through. My bag doesn't make it through the X-ray machine. I'm like, what the heck? And they're like, whose stuff is this? I'm like, that's mine. We have to run it through the machine again. Oh, okay, whatever. Runs through the machine again, immediately brings it out as soon as it pops out. I'm like, oh, God. So I stand there for another 10 minutes, and finally one of the security officers comes, hey, come with me. We got to go through your stuff. So I'm like, crap. And I'm trying to be nice to the guy because, he's doing it for everyone's security. Something's in there to set him up. But at the same time, I'm like, man, this sucks. So I get the whole pat down again. They go through all my stuff, let me go. What they seen was some candy or something that was in a wrapper that they were concerned about.
Edibles.
I'm like, okay. They were Jamaican rum balls.
Damn rum. Get you every time.
So finally get on our flight. We sit on the tarmac for an extra hour and a half. They say so that we can get everyone's bags on there because we got people come from different flights. Okay, I can appreciate that. Get to St. Louis. One of my bags shows up. No other bag. So I'm like, are you kidding me? You all made us sit on the out in the airplane for an extra hour and a half because you wanted to make sure everyone had their bags. And there was like 10 of us that didn't get our bags. I'm like, this is ridiculous. So at this point, I'm tweeting Southwest Airlines.
I'm going to give me some free stuff.
And they're like, we really apologize. We'll do our best to retrieve. Just please go see the custom or the claims, and they'll get you taken care of. And that's it. I'm like, oh, God. But I did get a call today, and they're on their way. So that was my trip home, the end of my vacation. Mind you, my winter coat was in the bag that was checked.
Yeah.
So didn't have any of that. But other than that, it could have been a lot worse. We could have been delayed, not made it back in time. So just for a long day of being messed with constantly. It's like I was going through the academy all over again.
I feel like if you guys would have stayed an extra day, that it wouldn't have happened.
Probably
so maybe
not.
It's karma. So,
but it was definitely worth it. We got to go snorkeling that day. Weather was awesome. We had surf and turf day.
Surf and turf.
And we got extra lobster tail.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I do like the surf and turf. But, that's good. I'm glad that you had fun on your vacation. Like I said, my vacation this weekend, I took off a day. I got my photo taken just like you did.
Oh, yeah? How'd that go for you? Did you remember your pants?
Apparently, I called because I was going to head to the gym in the morning. And then it wasn't until like 10, I think. But I couldn't remember what appointment I put down. So I called the guy. And he's like, yeah, you're not on the thing at all. And I'm like, I've already taken like leave for this, and I don't want to have to come back up to take it again. But he's like, nope, you're scheduled for next Friday. I was like, well, that's on me. Dang. I guess. So, but yeah, didn't forget my pants or anything.
Yeah, been there, done that.
The wife did have to do a little alterations to my uniform, though.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, had to take it out a little bit.
Oh, because of the bulking season.
The bulking season's coming in strong this year. But other than that, really kind of painless. In and out.
Yeah.
It wasn't really that bad.
He's efficient.
Yeah.
He's efficient. So let me ask you this. So I'm so used to being waited on after being on this vacation. I come home and I'm like, where's the coffee?
Like
Erin's making eggs. I walk over to her and I'll have an omelet, ham and cheese, and tomatoes.
It's kind of like when I go to schools and stuff like that for our jobs. It's like everything's, you're gone for a month and you just get in line and you're like, yeah, I'll take one of the omelets. Especially when I was down in Kentucky. Oh man, it was like the best omelets I ever had. So I would just go every day, and then I get home and I'm kind of sad because I got nobody to make me omelets.
She just looked at me funny. She was a good sport about it, and I didn't mean it in any bad way, but it's just like, huh?
I mean it.
Where's the? This sucks.
But yeah, instead of we're gonna flip things up a little bit. Instead of a would you rather, I'm going to bring a news story that is close and dear to our hearts a little bit. The Columbia Police Department in Missouri, Columbia Police Officers Association, publicly accused McAllister's Deli. I cannot read. This would be bad. I don't know why I'm reading this. Of tampering with their food, to include some very bad stuff. And apparently it's not the first time it happened, because it's like it happened again. 2 of our officers went in, they ordered and delivered to the Columbia Police Department, McAllister's here in Columbia, and received food that appeared to be tampered with. What is wrong with people? I mean, like,
what is wrong with people?
That's different radio. No, we can't use that. And that's not the intent of this, but it's crazy. Like, I don't understand why people want to mess with other people's food.
I don't know,
but I don't want to get off on some tangent about cops and stuff like that, because
and 2, you know, this is a news story. We don't know the facts behind any of it. It could, you know, and who knows if they release that. But coming from that line of work, because I worked for the state for 15 years, you know, when we didn't go out. We just took our lunch, just for that fact that we was always worried about someone messing with something.
Well, they're saying that there's no way it was a to-go order, so there was no way to target the police. You know, saying because it was like left anonymously, but I don't know. I mean, it's still.
I don't agree with it. I mean, someone's having a bad day, I get it, but you still don't. Do stuff
you don't
like
mess
that.
with people's food, and I'll tell you what, I don't send back food because of this reason.
I don't either. I just won't eat it.
I never worked in the food. I mean, I worked fast food for a little bit, but I found out I was a spoiled little brat and my parents would pay for everything. So I kind of stopped that. But I've never worked like in a restaurant.
I just don't. It's not in me to mess with some. I don't care how much I dislike them or what.
I don't mess with people's food.
It's not cool. It's kind of disheartening that stuff still goes on, probably more than what we actually know about it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Is that movie Waiting?
Waiting.
Ever since then, I'm kind of like a little iffy.
Or what about Road Trip? When they're in that deli and he gets the French toast and he's like, "Oh, I don't like the powdered sugar."
Oh gosh. Yeah. So I mean, it's movies like that kind of ruin everything for us. But that was the news article. But other than that, things that happened, CrossFit had its first sanctional event. Yeah. And yes, I'm sorry for our non-CrossFit or CrossFit listeners, but we're going to talk about CrossFit because that's what we like doing.
Yeah.
So I watched a little bit of it. It's kind of hard because the events were from like 10 o'clock at night till 1 o'clock in the morning, and it went on from, I think it was Wednesday. It was either Tuesday through Saturday or Wednesday through Saturday. I think it was Tuesday through Saturday.
It was 4 days of events.
So, and there towards the end, the events were actually later on because it was in Dubai.
Yeah.
So
for those of you that may not know, they used to do, just to get in the games, you did the Open, which was a 5 weeks worth of workouts. One day, they released it on Monday, and then you have a certain time to do it, send in your scores, and then you were ranked throughout the country, and each country had so many spots that you would then, if you qualified, you would go to the regionals, and then from the regionals, you would go to the actual games. Well, this year, you have to get into the games, one, you have to win a sanctioned event, and there's like 16 now.
They call it sanctionals now.
Sanctionals.
I don't know if that's the actual word, but that's what CrossFit put on or something like that. So it's
different events spread out over the world. You have to actually win one.
You actually have to win. So there's individual women's, individual men's, and then
team.
And then of course there's masters and teenagers, but I think they're doing it via the Open the way that they normally do with the online qualifiers. So basically they're just taking out the middleman of sorts, the regionals, and having other organizations put on all these events.
And then the Open, they're taking
the top one from each country that has an affiliate, male and female, not team. And then the top 20 worldwide, I think, is what they're tracking.
So, but go ahead, sorry.
There's no rule book, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's going to be weird because even at the games are going to be scheduled or completely different. They're going to come in with more athletes, and then they're just going to get whittled down over time. So, they're trying to get away from what it was in the past. CrossFit had been more of a sport per se, like they want a spectator sport. Yeah. And the founder wants it more to go back to what he sees it as, is to get better in health and beat disease, beat movement problems. So, even if you're not a fan of CrossFit, if you're looking for something different to get into, check out the WOD of the Day on the CrossFit main page, or hit up a gym. Even try the Open just to see how you compete with friends. It's not a bad thing.
I wouldn't recommend going to the Open fresh out without knowing any CrossFit.
But they do have scaled portions.
Yeah, they do have scaled portions. Some of the moves are a little tricky though in the Open, snatch and stuff like that. So you actually have to have somewhat of knowledge on how to do that properly.
But there's time. I mean, it starts in February, so you got about 2 months. Get in the gym, get at it.
But so that happened. The one thing I didn't really like, and it's been brought up on all the different outlets that I've been watching, the team event was more like an event or an individual relay.
Yeah, I'd read something on that. I didn't get to watch any of it.
It's not your traditional team event, So CrossFit Mayhem would not have done very good at that.
Well, I mean, I still think, I think our goal is to try to get out there in May, right? Out to Ohio.
Well, speaking of May, I was on Facebook.
Is this an announcement or?
No, it's not an announcement. Well, we can't. I don't want to ruin it, but on Facebook when you see those cool vacation homes that have like underwater, what I'm talking about, like the videos that you see on Facebook, and it's in
homes underwater. No,
it's like a vacation and there's like a bedroom underwater. All these cool things.
No,
well, I found this one where either way it doesn't matter. I found this one on Facebook. And it's a hotel inside a brewery. Sweet. And I immediately thought of you. So I Googled the hotel to see where it's at. It's in Columbus, Ohio.
Huh. Coincidence?
I think not. But let me tell you, and I know you can't really see it too much here.
What's this place called? Let's let our fans
know. It is called Brewdog. I think it's Brewdog Hotel. But it's got 32 rooms, not very big, workout facility with Rogue fitness equipment. But it is quite elaborate. Doghouse Hotel and Brewery. That's what it's called.
Doghouse Hotel and Brewery in Columbus, Ohio. That's pretty cool.
And it's got beers in the shower. It's got beers everywhere.
It's just a lot of beers. You wouldn't do well there.
Well,
unless they got some mead up in that place.
But I was like, how cool is that?
Huh, that's cool.
So, but anyways, that would be kind of cool. But it's booked for that weekend. I already checked.
Dang.
So, but it runs you about anywhere from $120 a night, I think, to $180, depending on. So it's not horrible.
Depending on what the beer is in your room.
So, well, no, the suites and stuff like that, but. So that, anyways, I do want to make a comparison, and you don't know this, but the Dubai CrossFit Championship and us have something in common.
What's that?
Well, I went to watch the first night of competition the day after, and the feed was dead. YouTube pulled it because of copyright.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They pulled ours?
Uh-huh. No, I didn't say that. I said that they pulled the Dubai CrossFit Champions because they were playing music in between for copyright.
Okay.
Well, I got an email from YouTube with our Jamaica music. And let's see if I can find it here really quick. Nothing bad, it says, but we're not in trouble and your account is not affected by this. But apparently the Reggae Life music that I got from our trusted site was copyrighted.
So that needs to be sent to our site then. Say, hey, what's up?
So on the good news, I had to pull down the video. And I say good news because I was rewatching it and I had something in my teeth. And I don't know what it was, but it was bad. So I pulled down the video immediately just in case. It said I didn't have to, but I figured win-win.
Yeah.
I looked at it as a sign. So no more Regular Life on the YouTube.
Dang.
But I don't know.
Huh.
But other than that, I mean, it's been pretty good. Let me see here. What else? I wasn't going to do that. I've lost everything I was doing. I've been flipping around on my stuff, but.
Okay, well, I'll change speeds
a
little bit. So we're coming into the holidays. It is Christmas season. Today is the 17th. Within,
let's see, we got
8
Friday?
days.
Is it next Friday is Christmas?
25th.
Eve? Well, I know when Christmas is. I don't need you to dog me. But anyways,
Christmas is on a Tuesday.
Yeah, it's on a Tuesday.
Anyway, so, now is in the gift of giving and doing things for people, So I got this friend, he recently got out, retired from the military. He did his time. Good dude. I've always kind of been in awe of him. He's always putting people out in front or trying to raise awareness or, just doing something out in public for somebody else. And his first adventure was called Ruck Between Rivers, which he started basically in Quincy, Illinois, walked all of Highway 36 all the way over through St. Joe into Kansas. The first year he did that by himself. Now, I say by himself. He did have a supporting cast where they'd drop him off extra water or food or meet him at different checkpoints. He met some really cool people on the way, people that kind of put him up on some bad weather or, let him stay in his little hooch overnight to pick up the next morning. He had people that walked with him different stages. I did not get to because it's held during an event that we always had in September that I had to go to and couldn't make the venture. The next year he did it. He broke it up. Different people signed up and actually walked their own parts of that. And he was able to support them and setting this all up. Since then, he's gone on to what he's done with, I know for sure one of his youngest sons. It's called Purple Heart Racing. It's actually BMX racing. And he wears that Purple Heart for a lot of different reasons. And you should go check it out if you want to read more about it. He is out there on Facebook, both Ruck Between Rivers and Purple Heart Racing. But it makes me kind of think, man, I'm not doing anything to really help anybody else out. I was thinking while I was, pondering on some of the stuff he was doing is what can we do? Or if anyone knows of anything that we can get involved with to, help somebody else out right now. I know there's plenty of stuff out there. Let us know, or if you got anything in mind, or what's your thoughts on something like that?
Oh, for us?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd be willing to do something. I guess I would, I don't know. I mean, we are somewhat people that work out, me less than others. So I would say something a little closer to that realm of something, maybe. I don't know. But then you start looking on a bigger scale and stuff like that. So I don't know if it'd be so, effective.
I popped that on you. I mean, we talked a little bit about before, but I didn't want to go into it in detail. But I think it's something that we should think about and something that we should try to pursue. That's why I say if anyone out there listening has ideas or something already going on that you need help with and we can then be involved with, reach out to us, let us know, and we'll see if we can't make that happen.
All right. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Also, I wanted to tell you, I don't know if you saw it or not, but you actually have feedback on people posted books for you to read.
Yeah, I've seen that. One of our chief listeners,
as I say,
posted this. Several books on there. I'm getting through this next one. I think I've got 2 other ones already lined up for my next 2 books. One of them, my wife told me about, was written by the Beastie Boys. Something different just to read. I've always been a big fan of Beastie Boys, so I thought I might give it a whirl. And then we started a new Netflix series on yesterday, actually. And it's based off an actual novel about some murders. This guy that wrote is
that the one with Ted Danson? Jesus. You know who I'm talking about. Ted Bundy. Ted Danson. I just watched
it's called The Innocent Man.
The Good Place, so
is what it's called.
But I saw that there was a thing about how he wrote a comment on one of the movies.
Well, this is by the Innocent. It's called The Innocent Man, and it's teamed up. Well, sorry about that, folks. I want to let you know who actually wrote the book on this that the show's developed on. It's by John Grisham. It's his only non-fictional book.
Yeah,
and he's written like 40, but it's pretty good. It's about 2 different murders and false accusation. It's a lot like, I don't want to say it's a lot like Making Murder because that's not true. It's a documentary about 2 females that were killed and false accusations. But it's actually a pretty good show so far. We watched like 3.5 shows last night.
Oh, I was gonna ask you how'd the working out go on vacation? Did that happen at all?
Well, let me tell you.
I forgot that you mentioned something about that. So
I did a lot of swimming. Does that count?
No, it does not.
I mean, I feel like swimming in the ocean should count for something.
Yeah, but no, it doesn't.
Well, then if your opinion of swimming is not working out,
were there barbells involved?
I did a lot of walking.
Dumbbells. No barbells, no dumbbells.
12-ounce curls?
No. Look, if it's not a barbell or a dumbbell, it's not a workout.
Oh, I beg to differ.
No.
So you're telling me that I could give you a body weight workout?
I'm just saying it's a sissy workout if not.
Okay, we'll see about that sissy workout.
I'm just saying. Look,
no.
It is what it is.
We did not. It was a good thought, but we did not. So I'm feeling kind of...
I'm a little disappointed in you.
I figured you would be.
Yeah.
You're still bulking, though. You're doing well.
Not as much as I used to, but I mean, I'm realistic. So there's Christmas coming up.
We've had this conversation about being realistic with your kids and how...
Did you listen? How did you like their interview? Huh?
Was it pretty good? It was good.
I thought it was pretty good.
You crushed your dreams.
I also crushed your daughter's dreams too because I was like, "This is not Macy's show." So I don't know if she actually heard that or not.
I don't know if she had a basketball tournament last week, and I don't know. I'll need to ask her when she comes.
Speaking of kids, so my kids this morning, I go in there and they're getting ready to go to school and stuff, and they're like, "Hey, Dad. The Girl Scouts are going down to Springfield in March, and we're going to go stay at your camper." I was like, "Oh, just you all?" And she goes, "No, all the Girl Scouts."
Their whole troop?
Yeah.
Or whatever. I don't know if it's a troop.
Well, yeah, troop, I think it is. Yeah. But so I don't know if where they're going to stay at, but I was like, "No, they're not staying in my camper." Like, it ain't happening. So I text my wife some very, very bad words and said, "Hey, they're not staying in my camper. And she goes, the girls need to learn how to keep their mouths shut. So this is all big.
This was going down.
Oh yeah, this happened. Well, I mean, they were at my house yesterday, so I'm guessing it happened yesterday. And there's no secrets at all with my kids. At none. But
that's funny.
Oh, and my wife opened a Christmas present.
Already?
Okay, maybe this was a little bit my fault. I like giving gifts. I don't like waiting. So I opened it for her and threw it on her. So, yeah.
Well, did she like it?
Yeah, she took back half of it.
Because you didn't want to wrap it?
No, it was wrapped.
No, coming through the mail in a box.
No. My kids wrapped it for me. So, yeah. She didn't like half the stuff, which I don't care. I mean, it was clothes. Clothes is always an iffy subject, with the women.
See, I don't. Yeah.
But
she puts a list out, then I can go off that. But the only thing I can pick out for her is shoes. I'm pretty good at picking out shoes.
Well, now that she only kept like 2 of the 7 items, which is fine. I mean, now I'm going to go something absurd that I've got to figure out. But
you got to get her another present then.
Yeah, I told her I was. So.
Okay. Well, you got a couple days.
I'm not really too worried about it. I'm good at working on the fly, but other than that, I don't know. I think it's a pretty successful podcast episode today.
Yeah, I wish that the last one could have went better because I had so much more to talk about. Horrible. But my internet connection there was not good.
And then I realized that you don't have to worry about me leaving this show because I cannot podcast by myself. And I was like sitting there thinking, well, maybe I can find somebody else. Because on this Reddit post of podcasting, I always see people, hey, look and search for podcast hosts. Well, number one, they're either a bunch of nerds or they're like 15 years old. Let me tell you how I'm not going to go to jail. Podcasting with a 15-year-old. It's not going to happen. Yeah. So it looks like you're safe.
All right.
Well, I thought about branching out, but,
I gave you your opportunity.
It's not going to work out. I mean, yeah, it's bad.
I know, and we're getting some feedback from one person. I keep getting messages from saying, just admit you're closing shop. You're done with it. This radio show is over.
This radio show is over. Now, I don't know. I've got. Listen, I wouldn't say plans, but I got dreams.
We've got. Well, first we've got some actual feedback that you got to talk. You actually got to reply to.
Yeah.
But I guess bad feedback is better than no feedback.
Which one are you talking about? The email?
About the camper situation.
Oh.
And what the big deal was about us saying that
we
lived in separate campers. And that was not the intention at all.
Yeah.
I know it kind of came out that way, but that was more for some close personal friends that we talked to.
I posted it.
That would totally be all over us for it. So it is what it is. Those were some inside things that we said that, the people that really know us would get.
I even got to use emojis on my reply.
Yeah. So, I mean, any press is better than no press.
But yeah,
right?
I got another review, and I've been talking to people. Seems like Reddit's a place to go with that kind of stuff. At least get your feelers out. I mean, it's definitely got us further than other avenues of approach. So
I mean, bottom line is you got us for at least a few more episodes.
Yeah,
I mean, we're invested,
definitely,
folks.
So we probably need to figure out our plans for next week too. But
yeah. Are you traveling?
I am actually. Christmas is all at my house. I got a New Year's Eve, or New Year's. I've got a Christmas Eve and Saturday Christmas, and those are my 2 Christmases.
Well, we'll have what, one more episode before?
No, no, it'll be that. Are we going to do a special holiday episode?
Well, we may have to do a holiday episode.
Yeah.
Do you drink?
Yeah.
Have you been known to drink? Well, then we'll do a holiday episode.
I've been known to knock back a few things, but yeah. So I hope you guys subscribe.
Hit us up on Facebook.
Hit us up on the Facebook. The grams, as the kids say.
We.
Instas. Or I don't know.
At the Bachelors on Instagram. Facebook page is just
the Geo Bachelor's
Bachelors.
podcast. I think
yeah.
everything is the Geo Bachelor's podcast. But
And we have been wearing our shirts. I wore to Jamaica to try to get. I tried to branch us out to Jamaica, but again, it doesn't say podcast on there, so I don't know how they would look for us. We've got to fix that. And I did have some people ask about T-shirts. If we do another run, they might want to jump in. So
I feel like we need to add podcast to it, and that's kind of what I was waiting on, like stickers and stuff like that. So
if you are interested, we'll just kind of get an idea. If not, it's cool. I like mine, so I'm good. Anyway,
so we'll see what we can do.
All right, so we're good.
Yep.
We're out
All
here.
All right, ready? Yep.